So hey, it's Josh with Content Marketing Media, and pretty excited to talk a little bit today about Claygent and what's changed over the weekend, or at least since Friday. And this really has to do with a new model that was released by OpenAI called GPT-4o-mini. And so, you may have seen some other updates about this, but I feel like after evaluating it over the weekend, building some campaigns with it, like this has been the single most impactful thing to change my workflows in such a very, very short time. So, give you a little background. We historically will use Cohere because it has the ability to look at websites. We can append the web search to the API call. And that's always been a little bit difficult because we have to call it directly through an API call. And so I constantly watch what happens with Claygent because it's an equally powerful tool, right? It's the combination of large language models combined with calling or doing Google searches to some extent, right? It's a little bit more technical than that. I mean, there's other ways to accomplish this. You can do that through relevance. You can do that through SERPer API. There's a lot of different technical ways to do this, but when it comes to using Clay and having it built into your Clay table, Clay has spent a lot of time building out Claygent, right? And so if we scroll over to this table that you see on the screen here, and I'll kind of skip past some of my other pieces of the workflow, but this today I want to really just focus on Claygent and what's changed. So if we go in to Claygent and we open that up, and let me move it over here on the screen. But if you open up Claygent, you're going to see what's called an AI web researcher, right? And so within that is a lot of different models, right? Claygent Neon, which is their new model that Clay built, pretty impressive, works great, some great use cases there. And then we've had 4.0 for a little while, but then we recently got 4 mini. So a little thing that's unique about 4 mini is when you're using one of the GPT's models, you can obviously use your own account. Clearly, I have way too many APIs, but I'm going to set and use my own API key. And then we are going to come in and we're going to say, take a look at the company domain. I like the reporter persona because I think when you give GPT personas, it performs even better. But we're going to tell it to look at the company domain, output 3 to 4 highly detailed paragraphs. And then I'm going to add a little teaser in here. I'm going to say, also go and look for the company name. And, look, I need to update that. Probably make it a little bit better if I didn't repeat the same thing. But we're going to say website here. So let me find where my URL is. Website. We'll find it here. Oh yeah, company domain. Yeah, obvious. So we're going to put that there. And so we're going to basically asking you to do 2 searches. One for the URL, and then one specifically for the company name and the URL. Notice what I put in there though. Find any additional relevant information, including LinkedIn, Google, and other relevant sources, right? So I'm pushing it to go out and do some real research here. So we're going to run it here. I'm going to close this out and we're going to run it. And this is my company, right? So I use my own company to test this because it just helps me understand how valid it is. And then simultaneously, we're going to take a separate approach, right? And we're going to do something different. So we're going to say, look at the company name and then look at me, which in this case, I'm the lead, and find as much relevant information. So let's see what comes back. Notice I put a little caveat there, only include information in the last 6 months. So let's run that one as well. Now these are both set up the same way. They're both set up for GPT-4 Mini, and you're going to see in a minute that's really because of the price, right? So it's a combination of when you're using these web LLM searchers, what is the price of each output? What is the quality of each output? And then, do you need both? That's really up to you. I utilize both or may utilize both in my copy approach. In other words, information about the business, information about the person related to the business. And notice in the person research, right, I did, the last 6 months. So trying to really improve and hyper-personalize our outbound. And we do that in any way possible. So again, we were previously using Cohere. Now, and I can tell you, ruin the spoiler, we've moved over to this because it is exponentially more cost effective. And it appears the data is even better from what I've seen. So let's talk about cost for a minute before I show you the results, right? This search cost 2.4 tenths of a cent, right? So I could do 4 of these, give or take, for a penny. Pretty ridiculously affordable. And then let's look at this one as well from a cost perspective, 4 tenths of a cent, right? So really good measurable cost if the results are good. So let's look. So remember the prompt, 2 searches, and let's see what it tells us. So Content Marketing Media is based in Phoenix, Arizona. It's founded by Josh Whitfield. They do email marketing, SEO, and AI integrations. Yeah. So all of this is 100% accurate. It is extremely detailed. It even is telling you my Google reviews. It's going as far as talking about the different services we offer. So highly accurate, well worth the 2 tenths of a cent. And we even get a confidence level. So here's another thing about Claygent that I really love is you get confidence levels. And then if you want to see what steps it took, like it went to the website, it looked at our About Us page, it went and found Content Marketing Media on LinkedIn. That is my LinkedIn page. That's how many followers we have. It looked at my personal LinkedIn, and yeah, so it did what I told it to do, which is pretty phenomenal. And then let's see, it also visited our website, got deeper in the information, looked at specialties. It searched Google for our reviews. It went to Trust Index to pull our reviews. So, it looks like 23 seconds to accomplish that. But the fact that it did all of that for 2 tenths of a cent, unbelievable, right? And that is the power of Claygent now combined with GPT-4o-mini. So let's look at the second search, right? So remember the second search, I'm saying focus on the person and focus on the company, right? So a different type of approach. I did not tell it like to go out to LinkedIn and do all that. So we'll see what it pulls back. But it says recent updates about me include our launch of B2B email marketing services, consultations. It cites actual media articles as well, which is pretty phenomenal. We are, a press company as well. So we put out some articles. It's picking up. And then it searched for us. It found our article on Business Insider. Let's see, our article on hyperlocal ads. So it then viewed those websites, on and on and on. So again, highly detailed information about our business and relevant within the last 6 months for 4 tenths of a cent, right? So again, this level of research combined, if I were to use both of them in my research or copy process, cost us, 6.4 tenths of a cent. So just ridiculous. And I think we can safely say, to be fair, we've run this now on thousands of rows and seen similar results. We're even going as far as saying if the confidence level is not high enough, we just don't use it. And that's cool because it's easy to segment that out. But this is a game changer, right? I mean, doing research at scale with Claygent at an affordable cost is just going to make this that much more integrated into our processes. I can tell you this weekend, after running multiple leads from multiple clients, that we will be making the shift from Cohere. It doesn't mean that Cohere won't be used for certain use cases, but I have found a tool now with Claygent, GPT-4o-mini, that is a balance of affordability and a balance of, just accurate results. And I don't see how we can't use this. So just wanted to put that out there and hope you will find the same value with GPT-4o-mini Mini, to be clear, that we are seeing. And, it just reiterates the point, right? Every week, month, to some extent, Anthropic, GPT, Cohere, Google, they're all releasing new models. If you're not testing and innovating, you're losing out, right? Because here this was on Friday, this came out today, and this weekend we've already integrated into our processes, and it's giving us better research, and we're doing it for less. And that's a hard bargain to drive, but that is what we're looking forward to when it comes to large language models as they get better, but historically also get more cost effective. So hope you find value in this and appreciate your time.